a good friend of mine was born with OI. Started out because we needed a website for CBBF, and no one really knew how to do a website. And I was young enough and naive enough to say, well, I'll try to figure it out.
You know, having been involved in various situations through my life where people felt helpless and there wasn't that option out there, I guess our impact is to do something good for families who can't find it elsewhere. At least that's what I hope we're doing. It's not just about, you know, attacking OI and trying to help the kids or the young adults or adults feel better, but what this can do to a family and how much help they all need. You know, it reminds me that we're not doing enough. No matter what we're doing, we're not doing enough.
Every family story is different, and whether it is someone who needs emergency dental surgery because you can't eat, you can't hear, you know, your children, your parents, your friends. Or you're confined to a chair and your life exists at home and maybe at school, but kind of seeing the outside world beyond that is out of your reach, or you need a chair, or whatever it might be. These aren't luxuries, these are absolute necessities, and so the impact that it's having is massive.
The good news is that while it's still an orphan disease, I think there's a lot more awareness. The bad news is I'm stunned by how little so many people still know about it.
We need to continue to raise money, but we also need to continue to raise awareness so that people can go from A to B, you know, diagnosis to treatment right away, and have that treatment, of course, get better and better.
I'm not sure that we've had nearly as much of an impact as people give us credit for. We've raised some money. We've actually raised a lot of money. You know, I'm not going to be shy about it. But with these type of things, there's not enough money in the world. And so we talk in terms of millions, which we have accomplished over 20 plus years, and yet there's so much more to do.
Everything about my life changed. Well, when he was first born, the main priority was just keeping him alive and just like, you know, because they don't give you like the best news.
Once that first fracture hit, they just seemed to kind of happen very, very quickly.
I don't even think we got a number because it was both arms, both legs, fingers, toes, ankle, like everything.
Like by the time she was 2, she's had 200 broken bones.
I worry, since this bone is broken, what am I going to break next? How am I going to break it? Where?
Riker here is one of the lucky 5 recorded in the United States that have a recessive form of OI, giving him type 8.
I was a mess. I remember he was being casted, and I'm sitting there and I'm holding his hand, and I am like I am welled up, tears streaming, and it's, you know, for a long time when Abby mentioned about not having kids, I thought it would be selfish to think about, you know, the type of life that, you know, that I grew up with.
I have had it my whole life. My parents never made a big deal out of it. Didn't really even talk to me much about it. And then when I would break a bone, they would just say I was clumsy. So it didn't happen until she broke hers. And it was very traumatic when it happened, because they turned us into social services.
I got emotional because I just saw like everyone zipping around and walking around, like all different ages, and I knew this was great for him.
He didn't really know how to play with other kids, but he saw all the kids racing in a wheelchair, put him down, and he just took off chasing them, and I never seen him playing with other kids. And I started crying. And I don't get very emotional, but when I saw that, that was a big moment. I don't think I'll ever forget this.
It's hard to find what treatment to get. I mean, breaks after breaks and surgeries after surgeries, then you're doing surgeries to fix surgeries, and it's an ongoing process that never stops.
Today was the first day in 2 years that I've cried because a mom came up to me, I'll cry talking about it. She came up to me crying. She was so excited to meet Riker and his progress. I know how she feels with her baby, just finding out they have OI and he's so severe, and Riker gives other kids hope.
This is just a great opportunity, and one that I've hoped for a long time.
Would you have been able to make it here without it?
No.
I cry a lot, and I try not to, but it's a good,
Do you and Dave and everybody involved in CBBF realize the impact you guys have?
We don't take ourselves very seriously. That's kind of the funny thing about it. You want to do something good. Hopefully we are.